there seems a kind of a bail-off happening across the world as HSBC has acquired the UK operations of Silicon Valley Bank. Now this operation itself is not very big as compared to the total operations of Silicon Valley Bank globally, but it is important because this is first of the many steps which regional countries would be taking to salvage what is left in their country, at least for the Silicon Valley Bank's operations. Now the important thing is this entire deal has taken place for just £1. Yes, you must be surprised. Why just £1? Do remember the assets are also being taken as well as the liabilities, and the liabilities, which are the deposits which are given, so it becomes a liability for a bank. That is something to ponder upon. Apart from this, also Government of England and Bank of England, both of them both parties were there to actually broker this transaction, and two important developments coming in. The first one being that the deposits will be protected. That's what Bank of England has stated, and the important thing is, apart from that no involvement would be there for the taxpayers' money. Another important development is that the Silicon Valley Bank UK will not be coming under the insolvency proceedings as well, and this is coming from the official statements. Now, of course, speaking of official statements, Jeremy Hunt, who happens to be the Chancellor of Exchequer of UK, he did state that they would be looking after the tech sector, and of course the major of the holdings or the deposits which are there in SVB Bank comes from the tech sector. Apart from this, also he has stated that the government has worked urgently to deliver this promise. So banking support, regulatory support coming in from UK, but how big is this entire UK operations? That is something which we need to know. And on a consolidated basis, SVB has a total asset size of $209 billion, and the UK arm itself is having 5.5 billion exposure. That means roughly 3% of total assets is in focus. And when you talk about the deposits, of course, that's on the higher side, coming in at $6.7 billion as compared to the global numbers of $175 billion. So we can see the exposure is quite less of UK, but it's an important regulatory step going ahead. Now, of course, VCs are in firefighting mode. Governments are also taking risk, as well as the measurements and the mitigations which is taking ahead. So that is something which you would be focusing on. And HSBC itself, after acquiring the UK arm, their Indian units is also under focus because they have started opening more dollar accounts in the gift city as well. Now that actually gives more liquidity for the Indian startups as well. Now, but going ahead, what's next? And of course, other countries have already exploring to acquire the regional banks of SVB. And also lastly, the important thing is that HSBC itself would be getting more share in its tech loan books.